From proto-man to the proto-molecule, nerds like a lot of things, but there's something they love above all else, and that is correcting people. This is Actually. And joining us today, we have Ify Nwadiwe.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy. I'm back.
He's back. And Siobhan Thompson.
Hi, what's up? It's your girl.
And our fan contestant for this game from Lexington, Kentucky, Jeremy Puckett.
Hi, diddly ho, neighborinos.
There we go. We're very excited to have you here. Very excited to get the fans in here. This will be the last episode that we're doing for a while. It's like this, but hopefully we'll get to do some more in the future. And if you didn't hear about this before, I don't know, get on the Discord. You two have played before. You've certainly seen some episodes in your time, so you all know how this game works. But for those at home, I have here a stack of statements. These are incorrect statements about the things that you know and love. It's up to these fine contestants to find the thing that is wrong and correct it. Corrections must be preceded with the phrase, actually. If you don't, I won't give you the point. And you can correct me at any point in my sentence. Pretty simple rules, pretty simple game. Let's see how it goes. Based off the 1990s manga of the same name, the film Alita Battle Angel takes place in the post-apocalyptic distant future of Earth, focusing on the sprawling junkyard metropolis of Iron City, which sits below the wealthier floating city of Salem.
Actually, it doesn't actually take place on Earth.
Incorrect.
Well, you always make it look like
That's
you're going to say I'm right.
Guess, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, the manga is called Gundam, or Battle Angel Alita in the English translation.
That's correct. The manga is called Battle Angel Alita, not Alita Battle Angel.
Okay.
I get to go home with a point!
Nitpicky.
That's when we can sort of like sit back and like, okay, I got this.
Now I don't have to worry about dishonor on my house, dishonor on my cow.
Great, that's perfect. Yeah, we're no dishonor around here. You got that point.
Cool. You got the pedant questions then. That's the ones you got.
What game do you think we're playing?
Cool. All right. I thought we were talking about some real nerd stuff, not rearranging words. This ain't Scrabble.
All right, well, that's a point for Jeremy. We'll move on to our next question. This is about Kingdom Hearts.
Yours.
The Kingdom Hearts series brings together characters from Final Fantasy and Disney in a notoriously hard-to-follow adventure story. The first game starts, however, in a location known as the Destiny Islands, a location that is original to Kingdom Hearts and populated entirely by original characters, like our protagonist, Sora. Jeremy.
Actually, it is not inhabited by entirely original characters.
That's correct. Can you be more specific?
I cannot. You have exhausted the depth of my Kingdom Hearts knowledge.
Well, that's fair enough. Anyone else?
Actually, Minnie Mouse lives there.
Oh man, that was
incorrect.
Whew, this is a free throw because I got to take myself back to Ify in 2006, playing this right before senior year, getting ready. I had two things on my mind: beat Kingdom Hearts, lose my virginity.
Which one
And
did
the
you
two
do
are
first?
in
I lost my
conflict.
virginity first.
You know what? Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Look, Kingdom Hearts is a hard game.
Yeah.
American Pie type story.
Well, that's what I grew up off of. I was like, I can't graduate a virgin. Movies, they have an effect on me. So I'm going to go and guess that the character was Lilo from Lilo and Stitch.
Incorrect. So we'll give that point to Jeremy. The island was also populated by child versions of well-known Final Fantasy characters. Waka and Titus from Final Fantasy X, and Selphie from Final Fantasy VIII.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the correct response.
No, I have a friend who was recently playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and I asked him, so you finished it, does the ending make any sense? And his response was about as much as the rest of the series does.
Nothing in the series makes sense. These are already characters that have backstories that are existing elsewhere, but here they are as children.
It also seems insane to me that Disney, which is like notoriously very proprietary about their stuff and how you use them, is like, sure, Mickey can have a sword and kill people, absolutely.
Well, actually, I believe, although I may need someone to check me on this, because this could be Apocrypha or something just invaded my brain, I believe that part of the reason that Sora wields a giant key is instead of a sword is because Disney was like, no, not a big sword, that's too violent. So it's like, what if it's a big key? And it's like, that's cool, that'll work all right. So yeah, so the sword, the weapon is just a giant key.
That makes as much sense to me as anything about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, a point for Jeremy on that one for identifying that it wasn't populated entirely by original characters. Here's a D&D question for y'all. In the Planescape setting of Dungeons & Dragons, the city of Sigil serves as a kind of interdimensional crossroads. It is ruled by the Lady of Pain, an inscrutable being powerful enough to kill a god with a single thought. She also does not allow beings like gods into Sigil, instead insisting that the denizens of Sigil worship her as their one true goddess. Yes, Jeremy?
Actually, one of the Lady of Pain's primary rules is that she is not to be worshipped as a god.
That is correct.
Man.
Wow.
I didn't have a
Yeah.
stance. You know, I just play my own cooked up games. I don't
Yeah.
use systems. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all.
Best thing about Planescape is Tony DiTerlizzi's art. It's just beautiful and like labyrinth type stuff as D&D, and is gorgeous.
Oh, so you just read it for the pictures?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I think I've talked about this before, but when I was a kid, I would get monster manuals just for the art.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I didn't play Dungeons & Dragons, but I was like, that's a cool monster. I'm gonna
I feel
buy
like this
that.
is the more beat for beat the difference between nerds and regular dudes. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, no, I read it for the articles. Like, no, I read it for the pictures.
Well, that is another point for Jeremy. This is a new thing that we're doing. This is a fan question. So this is a question written by a fan and submitted to the show. So this will be fan v fan a little bit here. This comes to us from Tekiza. Maybe that's how you say your name. Tekiza? Tekiza. Let's go with Tekiza. The Norse pantheon is full of familiar figures like Odin and his sons Thor and Loki, but there are many obscure deities too. Forseti is a god who peacefully settled disputes between men, Sol is the goddess of the sun, Mani is the god of the moon, and Hodor is a warrior god typically depicted as blind. Iffy.
I'm actually, Hodor's not one of the gods.
Hodor's one of the gods.
All right.
Hodor. Siobhan.
I'm actually, Hodor isn't blind. Odin is blind. They
Odin is
usually have
missing
two.
an eye. Hodor is depicted as blind.
There's a lot of blind deities in
Hey,
Norse
you know.
mythology.
Actually, in Norse mythology, Loki is not Odin's son, he's Odin's brother.
That's correct. In the Marvel, they are brothers, but
See, that's why I,
so
thought
deep
I was
into
like,
the
is,
MCU.
yeah, so yeah, I was like,
you
is
can't
it
let
just
the
a-
MCU trick you. Yep.
Stanley! Done it again.
You've tricked me again.
Just remember, if you ever think that mythology is weird, Loki once had sex with a horse to win a bet.
Oh yeah, and then didn't he have a horse child
He had a
that
horse
he
baby.
gave birth
Yeah,
to?
yeah. He was the mother of a horse.
Great.
Yeah.
Look, you know, you got if you're living in classical times, if you're living in a mythological age, you got to be careful with the animals you because
mean,
you're
look.
gonna give birth to animals.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tekiza, for this tricky Norse mythology versus Marvel question. That's another point for Jeremy. And this will bring us to our first shiny question of the game. Shiny questions, of course, same number of points, just a little bit different, a little bit rare, just like shiny Pokemon. This is a game called Where Am I? So this is a game called Where Am I? This is a game we've played before. So on the other side of this, there are a series of maps. So we're gonna go kind of one at a time. First person to buzz in and correct it will get the point. Wait till I say next to flip to the next one, just so everyone's looking at the same thing at the same time. Now in the past, these have been predominantly fantasy maps from fantasy novels. This time, these are going to be video game maps. Flip your stack, tell me, where am I? What map this? Jeremy.
This is Final Fantasy VI.
It is Final Fantasy VI. All right, flip to the next one. Where am I? What is this? Iffy.
Witcher
This,
3.
This is
All
The
time.
Witcher 3, yes. All right, flip.
Super Mario World.
Yes, that was just a race to see who could get it first, and that was Iffy. All right, and flip.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Where am I? Where is this? Jeremy.
Fantasy Star?
Incorrect. Siobhan.
Is this Civilization?
It is not.
Zone of the Enders.
Incorrect. This is Capital Wasteland from Fallout 3.
Oh my god! I've never seen it completely revealed like
Yes.
We're
Oh
zoomed
my
way
god!
out.
Yeah.
Yep. So no one gets that one. So we'll get ready here for the next one and flip. Iffy.
This is, I was almost going to say Fallout, but this is Fortnite.
This is Fortnite.
Season 6 too, I think. Season 5 or 6.
Ify, I don't have that information on my card. I couldn't tell you, but this is in fact Fortnite. All right, and let's get that last map flip. Jeremy.
This is Oregon Trail.
This is the Oregon Trail.
I was just going to...
I didn't even need to read the map. Like the shape of it was burned into my eyeballs.
Yeah, this is, yep, there it is. That's our grand country there. Soda Springs and all. Well, that was a very fast-moving one. Jeremy, you got 2. Ify, you got 3. That point goes to Ify.
Look at so many maps.
That's it for this preview of Actually. But wait, there's more! In fact, a whole 66% of this episode. To watch it, just go to dropout.tv and start your free trial today. And since we're all about being correct here, I should point out that it's not actually 66%. It's 66.666666666666666.
It'll be up to you to give the appropriate food to the appropriate character that is like matching the food from the franchise to the character that it would belong to.
Great.
Whoever can get the most correctly matched up will get the point. All right, let's flip those over. Look who we got here. Look at these, look at these fun folks.